because our president, is a lot of talk, was like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Right.
And today I saw it on my new passport mail. Hello, internet. I don't really post much these days, but I had a bit of a harsh reality check today and felt like it's important to share with whoever is listening. So I'm sure most of us remember on, I think, the first day of Trump's presidency, he signed an executive order to declare only two genders recognized by the state, male and female, assigned at birth. And as a result of this, which I wrote down because I want to get it right, the Bureau of Consular Affairs has frozen passport applications requesting a gender marker change or renewals or new applications with a gender marker differing from an applicant's gender assigned at birth. So my initial reaction to this, because our president, is a lot of talk, was like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Right.
And today I saw it on my new passport mail. So now to specify, my gender markers were first changed in my teens when I first got my driver's license, and then passports following. All have been female since then. Hasn't really been a problem.
Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for, helping this channel grow. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. I love your comments. They're awesome. Everything. Thank you for everything. So, first, what I want to say here is that I'm not dragging this person in any way, shape, or form. And in fact, I think this person can live the life the way they need to do that. I don't necessarily agree with that they transitioned as a youngster, but that's just my own personal opinion. And if it worked out for them, I'm happy for them. I don't know much about this actor, actress, whatever. Other than that, they're a trans woman actress, and I guess they're super popular and pretty well known. I don't follow them, but what I found fascinating about this particular video that they made is what they say is really, really important, and why I wanted to do a reaction to this, because if you listen to the words that came out of this person's mouth named Hunter, they said that they got a reality check. I found that to be very fascinating. A reality check. Okay, listen to language is very important. And so does that mean that this person does understand what reality is? And the reality of the situation is that you are not female. You are male. Okay, so your passport was changed back to male because that's your reality check. So with that, I am going to continue to tell you, all of you out there who are part of this transgender community. I'm not part of the transgender community. Okay, I'm a transsexual who transitioned 30 years ago, lived as a male, did everything I needed to do to walk the world in coexistence out there, causing no problems. You all caused all of these problems, and now you're all going to feel it. When this person, Hunter, said, I wasn't going to believe it. Trump is all talk. Oh no, they came out the gate and wiped you all out. Okay. So are you going to take some responsibility for this? Because you've got to. I've had my passport, my birth certificate, all of my identification, no matter how you out there feel about it, because some of you are going to be pissed off about it. No matter how you feel about it, I've been living this way, and myself has been transitioned to live as a male for 20 years legally, okay, and have had no problems with it. And I'm really pretty much thinking that I'm not going to have any problems with it. So let me just stop babbling here on some level, because I really want to get into what this person says, which is really, there's many talking points that they say. And if I say she, I don't want any of you to get upset about that. I'm sort of trying to respect this person. I prefer when people call me he, though I understand that. And so it's just going to be out of respect, because I don't have any sort of beef with this person in any way, shape, or form. But I want to use this person who's very, very famous. And some of the stuff they say is so absurd. So I just think it's going to be, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt right now. And if I say she, I'm going to try to just use Hunter. But okay, let's go on with this video.
However, last year when I was filming in Barcelona, our car got broken into and my bag got stolen, and inside of that was my passport, which was supposed to last me up until my 30s. Right. And so I got an emergency passport, which was very simple at the time. It's basically just a copy of my old passport, but temporary and only supposed to be used within the year. So as soon as I got back to the States, I had to get this fixed and get it replaced with a real proper passport, which I went to the Federal Passport Agency today in LA and did. I've had to do this one time before. No part of the process was different. I filled everything out just like I normally would. I put female. And when it was picked up today and I opened it up, they had changed the marker to male. And I'm not making this post to fearmonger or to create drama or receive consolation. I don't need it, but I do think it's worth posting to sort of note the reality of the situation and that it is actually happening.
Yes,
and
it
I was
is.
shocked. I was shocked because
Why?
I don't know. I just didn't think it was actually going to happen.
They didn't think it was actually going to happen. You must hear that. I told you this was going to happen if you kept pushing and pushing on society. You were pushing on society. Men cannot be women and women cannot be men. You can have the appearance. You can try to what we call pass. You can do all of the things in order to coexist, which I have done. And I've proven to you all that it can be done, but you must come to it with respect. It's not up to the world to validate me. It's up to me to validate myself and to make it comfortable for the rest of the world to walk. It's why I have been successful in this. They flipped the narrative and they put it on you. They put it on you to make sure that they're comfortable. They put it on you to make sure you get out of their way. And I saw it all coming. Okay. And yet everyone was just so narcissistic in the trans community, so up their own. I don't even want to say it because I'll probably get demonetized. You understand what I'm saying? That they just would not listen to elders, not just me, many of us. We're like, calm down. Nobody needs to hear your pronouns and nobody cares. And if you're going to be a woman in a dress with a beard and mustache and a wiener in a woman's space, you're asking for problems. So I don't know what you were doing, Hunter Schaefer, at this time. And I don't know if you saw what was happening, but as somebody who was, wow, a famous trans person, I'm wondering if you were going along with all of this. And now all of you are going to be dealing with the aftermath of all of this and acting like you didn't think it was going to happen that is actually entitlement and narcissism in itself.
And I want to acknowledge my privilege, not only as a famous or celebrity trans woman who is white and thin and can adhere to contemporary beauty standards, and I can participate in all of that. And I pass, and it still happened.
Oh, she's woke. I should have known. Oh, I want to acknowledge my privilege of being white. Oh, come on. I'm so over it. Like, give me a break. White, thin. Like, what? Now, thin is a privilege? No. To be thin actually takes either some work or you got good genetics, my friend. But you people are so pathetic. You're pathetic. And you're an actor and like your privilege of being, oh my God, people. Like now I have no zero respect. You actually went there. You went there. That has nothing to do with anything. You have been captured by the trans cult. Okay. Wow. I just can't. That's all I got to say about that. You lost it all.
And yeah, I never had my birth certificate changed. So this has led me to believe that I think the agencies who are in charge of passports and this sort of thing are now required to cross-reference
You think?
birth certificates, or I don't know exactly what or what changed as far as the processing goes, but
So this person has been transitioned for over a decade, has had all their stuff done for over a decade. They don't have their birth certificate changed. That's because you got a little too comfortable, my friend. My birth certificate has changed. My passport will continue to stay male. I know it. And if it doesn't, I'm just going to tell you this right here. If it doesn't, I really don't give two poops. I don't. I really don't. I'm so okay with myself at this point. I really don't care what my passport says. The M or the F doesn't make it for me. I'm serious. I'm being very serious with you. It's going to be funny. And on some level, it's going to open up a conversation because I like to talk and meet people. I'm that guy whenever I'm traveling with my partner. She's always like, God, you just talk to everybody. I'm just that person. I like people and I like to talk and meet people. And so literally it's going to open up a whole conversation piece that's going to be kind of funny. So that being said, I don't really care. But I doubt it's going to happen because my birth certificate does say male. And I don't really understand why this person hasn't done that after all that time. So it's completely 100% your fault. Okay. Because if you would have changed, because all they did, they cross reference. That's what they're going to do right now. They are going to cross reference. Does your birth certificate match your passport? It's not just about trans people. People, it's not. It's about the safety of our country and it's about the safety of the system. And anyone could just go and pretend they're a woman when they could be a bad person, wanting to do bad things and pretending they're a woman. There are very many things that can happen with this sort of huge loophole here. So I fought for many years to get into the legal system, but through a system of gatekeeping, of understanding. The government knows who I am and what I have done. All my paperwork is on file. If I get hit with this nonsense, it's all your fault. But oh well, I'm going to have to deal with it too. I'm not going to cry. I'm just going to deal with it and then see what happens on the next one. But this person is lazy and also entitled. Entitled.
this is the first time excuse me, this has happened to me since I changed my gender marker. We're coming up on a decade now or something. And I do believe it is a direct result of the administration
Of course.
our country is currently operating under.
Duh.
And I guess I'm just sort of scared of the way this stuff like slowly gets implemented. Because things just sort of like start happening. I think as we've seen in like historical rises of fascism and this sort of
How is this?
Everything that this new administration kind of represents. There's a lot of talk, and then things start happening. And
how is this fascist? How is this fascist? This is about safety, not only for women and children, but also for actual transsexual people. You know, all the fakers and all the grifters that came in and literally destroyed everything we built here, have destroyed everything. You all should be pissed at them, okay? Because it has nothing to do with fascism. It has everything to do with rebuilding a system you all grifted on. Okay, that's how it happens. And also how other things happened under the other administration slowly seeping the same thing. So I could call the other administration fascist. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with agendas. Okay, and I'm going to keep repeating myself to you people out there. Trump told you he was going to do this. Okay, he told you. And I have to say, he's standing by his word. You didn't listen. You didn't believe it. You thought it was all mumbo jumbo. And here we are now.
We start to normalize the circumstances we're under. And I just feel like it's important to share that it's not just talk, that this is real, and it's happening. And no one, no matter their circumstance, no matter how wealthy or white or pretty or whatever, is excluded. This is real.
Why does it always have to come down to skin color? Come on. Like, I know you're probably all like that whole thing. Don't speak over a black trans woman. You're probably friends with Blossom. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. That's not, first off, how you work in a community. Okay. We're all supposed to be working on this together. Secondly, wow, you have been beaten down about being white and skinny. Okay. So you should go to therapy and deal with that, because those people literally made you feel bad about yourself. It's quite sad to me. And it's quite disgusting. And I actually think it's racist when this whole narrative has been turned onto white people. It's pathetic and wrong, and it's not how you get rid of racism, by the way.
I also want to say, I don't give a fuck that they put an M on my passport.
Great.
It doesn't change really anything about me or my transness. However, it does make life a little harder.
No.
Personally, I think, I haven't tested it out yet. I'll find out next week when I have to travel abroad for the first time with my new passport. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna come along with having to out myself to like Border Patrol agents and that whole gig much more often than I would like to or is really necessary.
But wait, aren't you like a famous transgender actress? So everybody already knows you're trans. So it doesn't really even matter, does it? It's like a lot of people are, I'm nowhere near as famous as you are, but people totally know who I am and they know I'm trans and no one cares. So wait a minute here. You already are outed yourself. You're like a famous trans. Like, people, I see exactly what's going on here. Don't try to pull the wool over Trampaw's eyes. Oh my God.
This is just my personal circumstance. And thinking about other trans women who this might also be happening to, or other trans people, you know, the list only gets longer as far as the intricacies that come along with the difficulty that this brings into like real life.
Oh my God.
This is getting very long, but I just want to say trans people are beautiful. We are never going to stop existing. I'm never going to stop being trans. A letter and a passport can't change that, and fuck this administration.
Oh, wow.
And I don't really have an answer on what to do about this.
Okay, yeah, you don't have an answer, so I'm just going to cut you off right there. And like, F this administration. Oh, great way to work with the administration, so they're actually going to like trans people and help us get back together. Nope, they're going to hate us even more. Every time you say stuff like that, and every time you go again, they're going to make it miserable for you. Why do you think that they would try to help you if all you're like is F the administration and blah, 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 blah? I'm not part of that. Again, I keep telling you all, I'm not part of that. I am going to work with the administration so that transsexual people can actually get their stuff together and move on. These people don't care. They're so narcissistic and they only care about themselves. I just want to read this one thing because I was looking this person up and I wanted to know a little bit more about them. Like I said, I didn't know anything about them. They're an actress, an actor, blah, blah, blah. They did all this stuff, Hunter Schafer, blah, blah, blah. But I came to this one part on the Wikipedia page that I found to be quite interesting. In August 2022, Schafer liked and commented, okay, on an Instagram post that blamed non-binary people who fought to have trans identities no longer considered a medical condition that requires dysphoria for negative social attitudes and legislation targeting the trans community. This prompted backlash from queer fans, with many accusing Schafer of endorsing trans medicalism. If you don't know what that is, that's me. That's basically a transsexual person who believes in gender dysphoria, medical gatekeeping. It's me. So they call us true scum and trans medicalists, and they have all these names for us. And so she was like, she commented on it and said that she denied being a trans medicalist or holding hatred towards non-binary people, saying that she merely felt that there was an imbalance in the visibility and space taken up between non-binary and binary trans women. And then she kowtowed and bent over backwards or forwards or whatever you want to say. And then now she says all the woke language because she was going to get canceled. My God. Pathetic, just pathetic. And come on, man, I'm just so sick of these people. They can't, you're so scared to have anyone say anything to you that's negative. It's why I told you I'm not part of that trans community. Come after me all you want. Call me a trans, I don't care, because I don't even care about you people. I'm not part of you. You people are nuts, and that's why this has happened. So, Hunter, if by chance you get to see this, okay, I just want to show you two little videos here, and I want to show you why this is happening, okay?
The term biological woman implies that other women who are not quote unquote biological are less than. We look at that term as trans women and say, well, actually, we were born women. Someone said I was a guy when I was born. Someone said, oh, yeah, you're a boy. But they weren't right. I was born a girl.
No.
I've always been a girl. When I was 1 year old, I was a girl. When I was 5 years old, I was a girl. When I was 10, girl. 31, girl. Always. So that hasn't changed. I was born a girl. Okay.
Oh my God.
So why?
That's why. Okay. Hold on. Got one more for you.
Now that my cake pops are gone, a lot of people have been asking if I'm going to use the cake pop stick and turn it into a donut. Every trans person approaches this question in a different way. The trans women I've met who have donuts are really happy with them, but there's always a risk, and it takes almost a whole year to recover from the surgery. Down the line, I might get a donut, but right now I'm focused on removing my facial hair and my body hair.
That's why. That's why you have so many of those people who are saying they're you. And now I see you are all part of that language and all part of that way of being. And now you are going to suffer. Because if you actually did care about this actual community of people, you would have stood by your words and you would have been proud to say what you said. You went through the whole, supposedly the system to look like a woman. You look 100% like a woman. You sound like a woman. You could probably walk the world easily as a woman. That's what a transsexual person is, who deals with a medical condition called sex dysphoria, all of it. But no, you got scared to lose your friends who aren't really your friends. They're your fans, my friend. There's a big difference. And now we are all in this, and now you got to have an M on your passport, which you said you don't really care, which I hope is really the truth. And I like that you said that, so you can maybe calm down the people who are freaking out and acting like they can't leave the United States. You can fully leave the United States. It's just going to have an M on your passport. And like you said, it's going to out you as a trans person. But you're famous, so it doesn't really matter. The people who aren't and really are stealth and don't want to be seen are now going to be seen. So it's bigger than just Trump, Hunter. It's bigger than Trump. This is caused because there is a group of people like this person who came into a community that once was thriving, was part of the world, got to do the things they needed to do. The transition helped them move forward. They participated, which I think you did. And then we have these people who are pushing their nonsense ideological crap onto the rest of the world. So with that, everybody, I'm just going to say, here we are. This is what it is. These are the cards that are dealt. And the people who are listening to me, who are young generation of trans people, just calm down. We lived many years not dealing with our passports and it's not what validates you. What validates you is here inside. Walk the world, be it. And I'm not going to say we're here and we're not going anywhere because, you know, that's just reality. And I'm not going to say that. But if you would have left the women and you would have left the children alone and we would have kicked out all the weirdo fetishist AGP, you know, and AGP and all that is good over there, but it's not transsexual. And if we would have kept it that way, I do not believe this would be happening today. So thanks everybody for watching. I know it was a longer video today, but I really wanted this to go because it's a very important conversation. And I do appreciate you all so much for helping this channel grow and really helping me to get my voice out there. Thanks so much for watching, subscribing. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.